I'm Jacquire King. I'm talking to you from my studio in Franklin, Tennessee. I'm a producer, engineer, and mixer.
Hey guys, glad you dropped by. My name is Dave Pensado. I'm not really sure what the hell I do, but I like doing it. And I have a little show and mix a few records. A few of them do well. Made a lot of friends, and I wish I was in Tennessee with Jacquire right now.
I'll go ahead. My name's Spencer Thompson. My primary gig is I'm in a band called Moon Taxi that I play guitar in and do the majority of production and occasional mixing. And then also I work with Jacquire a lot here in Nashville and do other outside production mixing work as well.
Hey guys, I'm James Nichols. I'm a blues rock guitar player. I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee as well. And I'm very, very new to the home recording game. I've spent the majority of my career touring. So this is all very fresh for me. And I'm super excited to be here. This is going to be awesome.
Hey everyone, my name is Elisa Ayerbe. I am a recording and mixing engineer from Colombia. I'm currently based here in Miami, and I have a home audio setup. Here is where I mix, here is where I do everything, and I'm excited to come here and share everything with you guys.
Dave, are your assistants present? Are they on location with you, or do they help you mostly remotely?
In fact, Aiden is just right to my left, policing me and telling me when I screw up or something. And
nice.
I've had some temptations to say some things. I look over at him and he's like, no.
Dave, are you transitioning to total home studio?
I'm sorry?
Are you transitioning to working completely from home? Are you not going to go back to another
I would say philosophically, no. Pragmatically, yes. I'm looking at my studio as something I could possibly have. It's probably not right to call it a studio. It's a studio light. It's got about 100 less calories. But I look at it somewhat, like I said earlier in this show, you always want more. You always want more. And so there's a possibility this will be a transition to me building something bigger. I got a feeling, I don't know. I love being the queen bee in a big studio, and my laundry is taken care of. My car gets washed. I can eat all the food I want on the client's budget. And it's buzzing around you, and you go next door, and there's Jacquire, and Jacquire and I have been when Jacquire used to work out of Blackbird. You know, I'd go there and work, and I could go see him. You know, and Your room was Studio D, right, Jacquire?
I was in there a lot, yeah. I had a small private room where I would mix and edit, but yeah, I was in Studio D a lot. Yeah,
and Blackburn is the coolest place on earth, not just because it's a museum for every piece of gear ever made, but the camaraderie. You know, it's what, 8 studios, and you run into people in the hallways and stuff, and that's what I miss the most about the big studio. Sometimes you have to make a decision, like, am I going to work on this 80 input SSL 9000, or am I going to go in the box? And that was a hard decision for me. I made it a little bit late, I think. But the next hard decision is going to be, where am I mixing? Where am I comfortable? Do I build this completely out, which I want to do? And I don't want to build another studio, but if I have to, I have to, you know. Mm-hmm. But I think we're heading for a real. I can't delineate it, but it's in my mind. But I think we're about approaching a big jump up plateau wise in terms of the technology. And music has always been led by the technology, and so we need to be on the alert for how to transition to that new music based on that new technology. An example is no laptop, no EDM, you know, no Apollo Twin, no hip hop, and so we sometimes forget how much the well, you know, no MTV, no Madonna. And so that next level is going to come out of this quarantine with the millions and millions of bedroom guys making great music. And there's already gear being made that for just this thing that we're talking about today. And so you got to play the cards you're dealt.
It makes me think, have any of you, I mean, I'm just sort of starting because I've had a lot of mix work this year and just different things. Have any of you started to sort of figure out how you can record remotely? Like, I've had a few people tell me where they've, you know, where remote access, they can control someone's DAW from their computer and,
yeah,
and you can kind of engineer from remotely. I haven't really got into it, and I'm not like, I want to embrace it because I know that some of it will be useful, but like Dave, I miss people. I like being with people. That's the process I primarily want to be in. But how much have any of you done of that to where you're recording remotely?
So, well, I actually had a session about a month ago. So our singers were in Spain. They were in the Catalonia province, and they were quarantined in their own area, so they couldn't move. So they couldn't go to the studio where they usually record. So basically we ended up using audio movers. We were sharing they were using Logic, a very old computer. It was going back to like 10 years ago, but we made it work. Luckily, I was able to download a remote control by Google, desktop control. And so I was literally manipulating their Logic. And we had a small interface, a really good microphone, a really good preamp. And we were sharing audio via audio movers. It required a little bit of patience, but I was surprised that the lag was very, very short. I mean, from the moment I would click, it was like I was even punching them from Miami. So it worked pretty well.
So
I was surprised.
Just for my own clarity, and so you were engineering and producing from your remote location in Miami, but all of the gear that you were using, obviously the microphone is there with the singers, but all the gear was at their location, and all you were using was your computer to interface with them, right?
Yes,
right?
I was using my computer. With Google Chrome, there's the remote desktop controller, so you download, and that allows you to control their computer. So I had Logic on, and I was literally operating their Logic, and I installed audio movers on their computer. So I was sharing the sound back to me. But I was literally using everything. On my end, it was just Google and audio movers.
Wow, super cool.
Yeah. And it worked. It worked.
Anybody else?
I've never done anything where I've been controlling other. I mean, I trade stuff back and forth all the time where I'll just have a conversation with, say, your drummer that's going to go record something, that's just talking it out and doing back and forth. Nothing. I haven't ventured into that technology yet.
Okay, I need to leave for one quick minute. I've got something important. I'll be right back. Don't anybody leave.
Okay, we'll stay. We'll stay. So, Jared, you're saying no, not for you.
And my assistant's listening, so don't talk about me.
Okay.
Audio movers in general has become super useful, as a way to not have to send 20 MP3s back and forth with one small change, to just get people to listen and, communicate.
Yeah. And I've been booking sessions, and funny enough, because I'm in Miami, but I mix a lot for South America. So I had been doing the whole remote thing. Luckily for me, I am a people person, but I don't miss people, so I am fine being on myself. But which has been really well these days. But I was going to say that I had been doing already the Zoom mix revision sessions, and the way I figured out that I could work better, I actually found a way using Loopback, which is a software where I take out the audio from Pro Tools, route it via Loopback, and insert it into Zoom along with my microphone. So I get full quality audio via Zoom. So I'm not relying on the actual Zoom plugging thing. But I am streaming from there, and so sometimes the clients, especially in Latin America, where you don't get stable connection, it's not so easy to have audio movers. A lot of them don't even either use Google Chrome or know how to use it sometimes. So, because Audio Movers has this thing where you also have to do a little bit of training from your customer. But when you drop them, everyone knows how to do Zoom. So by interfacing my audio through Zoom, full quality, and removing all the echo cancellations and all the algorithms on my end, it's really easy for them, and that's worked really well. So
Maria, is Loopback a separate app that you can use in Zoom? Yes. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
No, Loopback is actually a software that you can virtually interface anything inside of your computer. It's like a virtual mixer for your computer. So you select as many audio sources as you have on your computer, and then you can route it to wherever, back and forth. And it's very simple to use, and you can connect anything and just route it through anything. So you can actually do that and make as many internal paths on your end. So you, in the end, it's just one way into Zoom, and it works super cool.
Amazing. Amazing. Did you guys talk about Source Connect? Is that still going?
Audio Movers, Source Connect, it has the money component.
Yeah.
It remains being very expensive, but I have done some sessions in the past where I actually, the client has Source Connect, I have Source Connect, and the client is actually sending audio, and we're both time synced. That's
Audio Movers is believably affordable.
Yes.
Believably.
What else does the group have? What else do we have on our minds?
I'm sorry?
What else does this group have on our minds? What do we have on our minds we could talk about?
Recording from home, I think, is a subject we haven't touched. And I'd love to, I was thinking, Jared, how do you track your guitars now that you've moved on to being a recording engineer apprentice from home?
It's really funny because I have a ton of different amps at home, and I've never tracked my own guitar. So like I said before, like I bought like a mic pack from Sweetwater. I did the whole thing, mic stands, everything. And what I found was I took like 2 weeks of trial and error on how to record my guitar. So basically the best way I've come about recording my guitar is I have a 57 and I just throw a 57 on it. And it's as simple as it can be, but it's funny. I've learned so much more about myself as a musician from being able to record myself. The quirky stuff that I do, whether it's like with tones or dialing in an amp, and how it translates to like a recorded setting. So for me, it's like I'm like in the beginning steps. I'm like a caveman who's finding out how to light fire, make fire, and it's awesome to do, but very, very simple. Just a 57, and I found a lot of cool amps too. It's funny, like in quarantine, I found recording different amps gave me a totally different feel for a song. So now instead of like a living room, I basically have this studio set up with like 7 different amps, 10 guitars. So I can just, when creativity strikes, I can just record.
Is there a favorite virtual guitar amp that you have?
I've used some of the Amplitude stuff, and that's been pretty cool. Maybe I'm like a purist. It's like what you said, Dave, about like having a Marshall stack behind you and feeling the air.
That's life, man. That's life.
Yeah, when I track the guitars, I really love to be in the room with the amp. There's something special that happens, especially in
me too.
Blues and rock,
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that an amp provides a tactile feel with your guitar that is really difficult to emulate in a virtual amp. They're getting pretty close, pretty good, but like there's a compression, there's a I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, the feedback that you get after playing for guitar, after playing guitar like a gazillion years, you don't remember it's there. It's just part of you, and but I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there. Kemper, and there's a lot of things that are pretty good.
Yeah, as you said, there's a certain weight to the notes and the attack. That's the thing. Like one of my friends brought over, he had a Kemper, and it's incredible. It's incredible, and it blows my mind. But for some reason, I still like the old school, just a loud tube amp, mic it, and go.
Yeah. And no earplugs.
What?
No earplugs.
It's amazing I can still hear. Or maybe I can. I don't know, but it's amazing.
I would add to that I have been using the aux box a lot, so you kind of get the interactive feel of a guitar and amplifier, because you are using an amplifier, but you do not have the sound in the room. So it's kind of like it's a good in between, I think. For me, Kempers are there. It's incredible technology, but it's not really. I mean, I would just, you might as well just use a plug-in at that point for me. But I do really enjoy the aux box and the result of that. It's pretty incredible. Just that ties into the thought of, I have all this wonderful gear around me that I've been collecting for forever. But technology is getting to the point where I have done some things recently that's completely in the box. And honestly, at the end of it, I feel just as satisfied by it. So it's interesting where technology is taking us. It's just giving us more great choices. Yeah.
What's your guys' opinion on smart speakers that like, I don't want to name brand names, but by the way, shout out to KRK. Thank you so much for letting us do this.
Rockets 5s, for example, are smart speakers nowadays.
My favorite KRK.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's where the world's going to a little bit,
Absolutely. Usually when people reach out to me and they ask me for a starter pack when it comes down to getting a new set of speakers, I go for the Rockets, the new line for the Rockets, because if I know that they're gonna be starting from scratch, like Jared, for example, and they don't have a treated room and they're just getting to learn their ways, the new Rockets have a great tool. You can calibrate them. They have this really cool software where you can sort of get the feel of your room and then balance it accordingly. So I think it's and without sacrificing the original Rocket tone. I think it's a great set of speakers.
They've been great for a lot, from the whole product line way back. They were. I remember walking into Blackbird 7 years ago, Jacquire, and they were sitting on your console.
Yeah,
the 5s. Yeah, great speakers. I have a couple of
some great records in my basement on the first generation of Rocket 5s. That's the only speaker I had. It was good.
Wow. And we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have the manufacturers we have. And I'll shut up after this. But if you really enjoy audio, and you really enjoy this gift of music, help support the people that make these tools for us. Don't cheap out. Pay what they're worth. I talked about used gear earlier, but any chance you get to help a smaller manufacturer or a larger manufacturer, it feels good knowing that you help with the tools you're using. It's just a good feeling, And so, take a look at some of the KRK stuff, and you'll find something you can really like and use. And by the way, that was a commercial, but it was from my corazón.
See.
I don't speak Spanish.
It was very nice being here with you guys.
Yes, absolutely, you guys.
It's been great.
Yeah, thanks. I got 3 new friends, so that's wonderful. Anybody hit me up anytime you want. I'm lonely and alone, so.
Well, thank you guys.
I'm gonna give you a phone call real soon, Dave.
All right, man. Please do. Please do.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Nice meeting you all.